Title: The Identical Books Borrowed on the Same Day. It began with a question that should have been impossible, one stamped in fading ink on the inside cover of an old library book. Why does this date look familiar? Bristol, 1997. Rain smeared the windows of the Redland Public Library, and rows of aging shelves breathed that unmistakable scent of paper, dust, and quiet histories. Emma Whittaker, turning 24 that morning, had ducked inside to escape the storm and maybe the loneliness of a birthday she wasn't sure she wanted to celebrate. She wandered without intention until one peculiar spine caught her eye. A thin, mustard-coloured book titled The Cartographer's Dream. Obscure, unassuming, forgotten by nearly everyone who passed it. She checked it out, and only as she flipped it open on the bus ride home did she notice the return slip glued inside, dozens of dates, most decades old. But one stood out, April 3rd, 1989, the last person to borrow it. Emma frowned. That was her birthday, her exact birthday. The coincidence buzzed in her mind like static. At home, curiosity tugged harder. Who had borrowed it before her? Why the same date? And why this book? This odd little tale about a mapmaker searching for places that existed only in dreams. Across town 8 years earlier, that borrower had been Michael Turner. On his 29th birthday, he had walked into the same library, also escaping a storm, also feeling strangely out of place in his own life. He remembered the moment he saw the book as if it whispered to him. He borrowed it, read it cover to cover, and returned it quietly. The book never left his mind, though he never told anyone why. Some stories cling to you like threads waiting to be tied. Back in 1997, Emma couldn't let it go. She returned to the library the next day, rain or no rain. She asked the librarian about the previous borrower. Privacy rules blocked any names, but then came a small miracle. Michael himself walked in. Not for the book, just to browse, a habit he'd fallen out of, a place he hadn't visited in years. Yet something had nudged him back on this exact day. The librarian, half amused, half baffled, looked between them and said, "Funny coincidence, you both borrowed that same little book on your birthdays." Their eyes met. A strange, quiet shock passed between them, like someone had turned a page neither knew they were sharing. Michael hesitated, then smiled. "Maybe," he said softly, "the book wanted to be read again." Emma laughed, nervously warmly, and handed him the copy. From that moment, a conversation began. Then a walk. Then a story neither of them expected to write. Some coincidences feel random, others feel like gentle nudges, but every now and then they feel like destiny clearing its throat. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share and subscribe to help the channel grow.